Let's talk about it here at Next Table Talk. Today we have two brothers, pastors, Pastor Bailey, then Pastor Bailey again, what we know him as Choo Choo, and then Bertrand Bailey Jr., who's here, and we're just chewing it up, chopping it up here. I want one of them to start off of just telling me about their ministry, what they're doing, what they're excited about, and then we want to home in on this here, that why do you think there's so many people your generation, or you can say the millennial generation, are not attending services anymore? Is there anything that you think we should change our services, the structure, or what? And I know we don't change the method. And whichever one of y'all want to go first.
Yeah, I'm the youngest. Let me go first and get mine out the way. I'm Bertrand Bailey, pastor St. John Baptist Church of Dallas, Texas, pastor Grace City in Oklahoma City on Saturdays at 5 p.m., pastor Grace City in Frisco, Texas at 9:30 on Sundays. That's what I'm doing. I'm writing 2 books right now. One is called The Man Cave, and the other one is called Who Would Want to Do This? Talk about pastoring. Who in the world, in their right mind, want to pastor a church, a Negro, a member, who want to pastor? So to answer the question for what I see, Pastor Bryant, as one of the issues that we have inside of the church with millennials, is you can chop up to a lot of things, but let me just do 2 things specifically that I think that has the effect on the church, with us reaching the church. The truth of the matter is, most churches are not reaching anybody. Forget the millennials. When was the last time they went out their way to knock on somebody's door, invite somebody to church? Most pastors I know don't knock on nobody's door. They don't witness. They don't invite nobody to church. And so the membership does exactly what the leadership does. So that's the first thing that I see. And so we want to pull a church, but we don't want to do the work to get it done. It's a little step that keeps church from growing. People want to feel needed. They want to feel accepted. People are hurting. And the church has the answer. The church has the antidote for everything they're going through. And the truth of the matter is, we just sitting on what we got, and we happy with having the answer and antidote. And so that's the first thing I see. The second thing that I see as far as the millennials are concerned is that, so I don't think, personally, a new researchers came out the other day about that right now non-religion is the largest sector of religion. Which means that atheists now is the largest sector of people here in America. They don't claim Muslim, they don't claim Buddhism, they don't claim Hinduism, they don't claim Christendom. The number one religious sect in America, or non-religious sect in America, is no religion, which hurts me tremendously, and that deals with the fact that, to me personally, I just think that the church is not doing what we're commissioned to do. And if we just do, and we halfway try to invite somebody to church, I think they'll be there, me personally.
Okay. Yes, sir. I'm Bertrand Bailey Jr., pastor of Greater Bible Way Baptist Church in Mount Pleasant, Texas, and also pastor New Greenwood Baptist Church in Greenwood, Louisiana. And man, I'm excited about the Lord and what he has done, what he is doing, and what he's going to do. And to answer that question, and I agree with my brother and many others, Mark chapter 2 really teaches us, the Bible says it was noise that he was in the house. And one thing, man, the church ain't making enough noise. The Bible says there was noise that he was in the house. And it's important that we make some noise if he's in the house. He inhabits the praises of his people. He dwells in our praise. And sometimes folk come to church and they look around and they say, they say he saved them. Why they looking like this in here, man? They say he'll deliver. Why they looking like this, dog? They say you're a healer, man. Do they act like you're a healer? Yeah. And then the Bible says these 4 friends, they were bringing that one brother to the Lord who couldn't get on his feet. And the thing about it is, man, in order to bring him, they had to come at him at different angles. It was 4 of them, but they had to come at different angles to get this one man to the Lord. Same common goal was to get him to the Lord, but in order to get him to the Lord, they had to come at different angles. If they all would have came at the same angle, they would have lost him. and we're losing people because we come in at one angle. We think this is it, you know. But sometimes you have to come at different angles to get that one person to the Lord. I mean, sometimes we got to rap, you know. But today, these young guys are listening to rap music. And so sometimes we got to, you know.
In essence, the church loses the effectiveness of not even really talking their language.
Yeah, exactly. Not being relevant. We got revelation, but revelation got to be made relevant to today. You know, and I mean, we got to come at different angles with the same common goal. That's to get them to Christ.
Okay.
And then, man, and check this out. When they got there, the traditional way to get into a house was blocked. That's the door. The traditional way to get in is a door. But what do you do when the traditional way is blocked?
Wow.
We got to do something non-traditional, man.
Wow.
We got to do something that ain't never been done before, dog.
Man.
If we're going to get them to the Lord, man, we got to do something that's going to raise some eyebrows. It may even get us talked about, but it'll get him to Christ and get him on his feet. And let's go to the roof.
Go to the roof.
Let's go to the roof.
Do you think that'll get us put out, though?
No, see, that goes back to the traditional statement that he was used. That when it was traditional way, it was blocked. But if you think about most churches, and I want you to think about churches that you know, most of us are Baptists in persuasion, or we use Baptists in our name, or we may not use Baptists in our name, but we're Baptists as far as our belief. If you think about most churches and most pastors, if I would look at the statistics today, 70% of pastors said if they could do something else, they would. Why? Because they're dealing with people in leadership who really don't care about the lost. And it's not just an African American thing. I have white pastor friends who told me one church is one of the larger churches in Dallas, and they wanted to build a parking garage for more parking for the lost. And the powers that be said, we don't need another parking garage. Now, they were already overcrowding, people parking on the streets, and their mindset is, I'm saved, my kids are saved, my grandkids are saved. You know, we don't need anybody else. So the church has become more of a business than a body. And the church does not resemble the first century church at all, where people were family oriented, they were loving, they were putting their personal issues behind. The church today is a business. It's competition. And when was the last time one of your members asked you? I want you, both of y'all. When was the last time one of your members asked you, how many people did we save this year?
Wow.
How many people did we reach today? How many have your members asked, how much money did we raise today? How much money did we raise this year? It's a business.
Right.
But what they don't understand is the business ain't money, the business is people.
People, yeah.
There's no problem the church has that people can't solve.
Wow.
No church. If you got a money problem, get more people. If you got a leadership problem, you need to outgrow the natives, get more people. There's no problem you got that people can't
So then
solve.
we're going to have to do better at striving to get people into our churches.
Most definitely.
That means making some changes, making some different angles. Because we can't go through that door no more.
What got my man ain't going to get this man in. That door, man. That's what got sister in and what got them in there is not going to get him in.
Well, let's say the method that got him in.
Yeah, we got to do something that's going to raise some eyebrows and maybe get us talked about. But it's going to get him to the Lord. And they told that roof, man, you can hear them folk in the talk, man, look at them. Man, that's disrespectful. Man, can you believe these folk? But the Bible says Jesus saw their faith.
Yeah.
You know, and that man came in one way, but he went out another way.
Wow.
You know, because of people who dared to be different.
So we got to
come out the suits, man.
As pastors, we got to be dare to be different.
Come out your suits. You know, I mean, you know, a lot of them they don't have no church clothes. Sometimes we gotta, you know, Paul said, "I became all things to all men, that I might save some." You know, so you know, I mean, sometimes you know, I use their lingo. Sometimes I say dog in the book. They dog. You know, I talk like they talking. They like, you know, he talking my language. Ebonic sometimes.
Right.
But you know what I saw? And the Lord had me watch the service in the restaurant. They had that plate, that food on there, drinks, everything. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of stuff on there. But they had balance.
Okay.
They had balance.
Wow.
In serving. They had balance. They didn't drop, but they had balance. And I was thinking, even in our church, we have old members, we have young members, and the older members want you to cater toward them, and the young members are missing out. But we got to have Guide me home. Get grandma. And then I take that song and take it. Guide me over. Praise Jehovah. Can't go through this. And now, very land. I take the same song.
How would you rap with it?
I got to get to it goes with the Thanksgiving. I got to praise him through it all. I'm still living. But being able to, and that's why I can't connect with my teenagers, my children so much to find out what's happening with the young people. Right. So then I can better, Man, I was looking at this too, Earl, man, because I told my church this, man. I just flat out told them, I said, they about to fire Luke's, the Lakers. Luke Walton, I think they're going to fire him. I feel they're going to fire him. Because he ain't winning.
Okay.
Not winning. So he needs to be fired. I told my church, if we ain't winning souls, fire me. I literally told him that. I said, if we ain't winning souls, fire me.
But some of them need to fire themselves. Because hell, they ain't church, excuse me. It ain't church.
As the coach, as the leader, preparing them to go out and compel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a coach of the team, I'm like,
no edit here.
As a coach, I'm like,
please, hey. The church was never meant for the one person to do everything. Right. What people do, they treat the church, if you read Tom Rainer's book, they treat the church like a country club. So at the country club, you put your money, you pay your dues, and then you say, okay, now cater to me. That's how the country club is. Wow. The church is the same way. I pay my tithe and my offering, sing the songs I want to hear, preach the sermons I want to hear, get me on my feet, and I keep paying that. If you don't, I'm going to go to another country club that can. If you think about the church, and I'm going to say this thing, and I think I'd be done. If you think about the church really has to deal with, again, the leader. Every church in America could change right now. Right now. If the pastor commits, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. For the next 4 weeks. Say, before I preach, I want to show you all some of my friends I invited to church today. If you do that consistently for 4 weeks, and you have your friends there so your members can see what you're doing, they gon' start doing what they see you doing. That's number one. Number two, when I say people are hurting, there's a woman I'm dealing with right now who lost a son in a motorcycle accident. There's so many people in my she's not part of my church yet, but she's been coming because when she was hurting, she needed help. When you think about gangs, and I used to hear you preach about this all the time, gangs are dangerous. Beat you up to get in.
Oh, yeah.
But once you take the initiation, you get your behind beat. They hug you, and they call you family. People want to be a part of a family. I volunteer on Tuesdays at this school called Bowstoy Middle School in Dallas, Texas. 42 boys. 2 of them live with their daddy. The other 40 live with grandparents, live with older sisters or brothers, single mamas. They families messed up.
Wow.
Families are dysfunctional. Families are nothing like what God wanted to be. The church is a family. Yeah. And what we say when we judge somebody, to me, I kind of like you. I've changed my dress a little bit, but then sometimes I put on a suit and tie. But I don't care what a person who comes in the church has on. I treat them like family.
Amen.
So then you have members and then you have attendees, and you allow your attendees to act just as if there was a member until
most definitely
the movement of the Spirit convert them, and they have been taught, discipled, and then they join the church.
Yeah. But see, I stopped using the church. I was using time in church because church today is messed up. Churches, ecclesia is called out people, but when people join, say, welcome to our family. They want to be. Everybody needs 3 homes. They need a physical home. They need an earthly home. They need a heavenly home. They need a church home.
Amen.
So when people join, your church or my church or our churches, if they call Jesus Savior, and they call God Father, and they call us brothers and sisters.
Amen.
That's
I'm going to tell you something else, man. And this is important, Doc, because let the word do the work. I saw, man, they got a spot in Dallas, Rudy's Chicken. man, they always got a line. Them folk go there because they know their food's going to be consistently good. Consistently good. Doc, it's a line of church folk, gangsters, prostitutes. Line up for Rudy's Chicken because Rudy's Chicken bring it every time.
Every time.
And a lot of times, the disciples said, man, we going to give ourselves to two things. Get some able men to put up this business. We're going to give ourselves to prayer and the ministry of the word. Yeah. And man, a lot of times we pastor let stuff take away from the preaching. We let the business take away from the preaching. We getting so involved in all this other stuff, and it's taken away from our preaching, the food, the word, man. Wow. And man, when people come and that word is consistently, he gonna bring it. Man, he gonna. Man,
and let me say this right quick about you. Yeah. He don't. There's a lot of preachers in this week of Simultaneous Revival going on. E.K. Bailey, when I met him years ago at Sundown University, I was a student here. He was doing a revival at St. John Baptist Church. And he said, man, he told Major Jimmins, he said, you know, man, it's 52 Sundays in a year. He said, it's hard to find 5 sermons to bring to this revival every year. Now, I said it to say, there's a whole lot of people preachers who come into this week, and they bring in what you call they sticks. Yeah, they bring in their stuff that work. Yeah. But then there's some people like my brother.
Oh Lord.
If you hang out him all day, every day, he working on a sermon. Those sermon illustrations y'all hear? It's because every time something happens, he write it down. He write it. He said, I'm going to use that. If you're home with stuff, he's always preaching. And then tonight, you know, I think he got some more inspiration from the Holy Spirit because he just kept on going. We're following him and turning the lights on. He's a deep thinker. He always goes there. He get it from my dad. My daddy would listen to a song. I said, Dad, listen to this song. I love the song. Daddy said, you know, but is that right? But wait, my point is, he's always preaching. The problem with some people is, you know, if you follow them home, if you go to their church on next Sunday, 2 days from now.
Oh God.
That's why I said this morning. I said you can call him in the morning. He's preaching. Oh, he can get up preaching. Go to bed preaching.
Yeah. I mean, you know, man. Some of the main questions these folks ask, you know, they're like, "You preach like this at your church?" Because they know you bringing your sticks here. They know you're bringing your, you know. They think, you know, you're bringing. Do you bring it like that at your church? And some of them ask my members when I go places, does he preach like this at his church? Because they think, is he consistent? That's what they want to know. Wow. Is he going? Is this it? I mean, if I go to y'all's church, am I going to get this kind of?
Well, I tell you what, you was consistent this week.
Yes, sir.
See, man, even while I'm here with you, Doc, my focus has been on home. I've been trying to work on Sunday.
A true pastor is always that. Exactly. Your heart and your focus going to always. Right. When you leave, you can go on vacation, and you're still going to have a focus at home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, this has been Table Talk. We challenge you to subscribe to it. Next Table Talk, we'll see you then.